The unaware targeted individual. A lot of people are being gang stalked and they don't know because they don't know what's going on, right? And I was thinking the other day, like just how I made a video on illegal immigrant gang stalkers and how that may sound crazy to some people, like they're like or they're bringing illegal immigrants over the border and briefing them on the gang stalking tactics. That sounds crazy to some people, right? It may or may not, right? I'm only saying that because the comment I got on the video, and I'm pretty sure the comment was an agent, etc., to try to deter people from thinking their own thoughts. But just how we are aware of the gang stalking program, how we know about the gang stalking program, and we didn't know about it a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago. And if somebody was to bring it to your attention and say, "Oh, there's a program, a government-funded program, where they go around and do subtle harassment to people to try to make it seem like that person is losing their mind." If somebody would have told you that before you realized about the gang stalking, you would have been like, "Hell no, that's you crazy." You know what I'm saying? You would think a motherfucker crazy for them saying that, right? So it's people right now that can't fathom to imagine that there's an actual program, a government-funded program where they go around harassing people. They can't imagine that shit, right? They can't imagine it, but there is, and a lot of people are being gang stalked. And the reason why I'm making this video, right? The reason why I'm making this video, cause I seen this content creator, a van life content. I was just on YouTube, just watching videos and shit, just killing time or whatever, just scrolling. And I seen a van life video, right? And on the van life video, you know how like sometimes people make videos and they show like what you're gonna see throughout the video. And this girl was camping at Walmart, right? And it was a headlight tactic, like with the brights, and the person was shining the brights right in the girl's car. And she was like, "Oh, this person's shining their brights right in my car, this and that." And that's one of the gang stalking tactics. A lot of people are getting gang stalked and they don't even know it. They just think they're having bad days. They think that whatever they're thinking that people are just acting crazy or acting weird, not knowing that these are gang stalkers. Because they can't fathom to imagine it. Like when I first realized about the gang stalking program, the most high I put it on my algorithm, it was somebody talking, saying in the video how most gang stalkers are paid and this and that. And if you've been on this channel for a while, I made a gang stalking video almost a year ago, a couple months ago, right? And in that video, from what I have experienced so far, I thought all of the gang stalking was spiritual. I thought it was just people botted out being used by low vibrational spirits, right? And these entities. Later to realize, Later I realized that, coming to realize later on that it's an organized gang stalking program. You know what I'm saying? That it's organized. That it's a government funded program. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know it. I thought it was just all spiritual, right? I thought it was just people doing bullshit, bought it out. And that's just to show you, like, not even that, that's not just that, but that goes to show you, like, a lot of people are going through the gang stalking shit, are being gang stalked, and they're not aware of it. They're not aware of it. They think they're having a bad day. They think they're going into these communities and it's just, oh, somebody was just being dumb. It was a coincidence. Not even knowing they have community mobbing, or they have whole communities that are in on somebody's targeting. People don't know that they're getting gang stalked, and more people will become aware as we start spreading more information, as we continue to spread information. But a lot of people are being gang stalked and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They're unaware of it. They think they're having a bad day. They think people are just driving crazy, this and that. And they can be getting gang stalked possibly so they won't wake up, right? Because once they wake up, they may be a threat, or they may wake other people up, right? But I honestly believe, and not even I honestly believe, this is something that I know. A lot of people are getting gang stalked and they are unaware of it. They are unaware. Just like I was getting gang stalked, and I may be able to remember something that has happened years ago, and I could have been skateboarding, making music, whatever, just living my life, right? Not even knowing that this is a tactic, this is scenario, street theater, etc., sent to me to get me in trouble or to throw me off my path, right? Or to throw me off my path or to stop my manifestation, whatever the reason is why they gang stalk people. You know, I've been through shit in my past. I didn't know I was getting gang stalked, right? Until I realized that there's a gang stalking program years later, right? A lot of people are getting gang stalked right now, and they won't realize that they're in families that's doing bullshit to them. They're the black sheep in their families. Their family is possibly putting cases on them, possibly getting them locked up. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit, and they don't know what's going on. They think it's a coincidence. They and their family believing, oh yeah, I'm just a black sheep. Yeah, but my family loves me. These are my family members. They love me. It's just unfortunate that I think different than everybody. They're not thinking of it like, oh, because they don't know about the gang stalking. They don't know about the shit. They can't fathom to imagine that their family or random people will be in on somebody's harassment with the end goal of them unaliving themselves, taking themselves out. They don't know that their families possibly working with some Masons, possibly signed a contract, a life insurance contract, to that they're gonna get paid if this person kills themselves. They don't know that shit. It's a lot of people don't know that they're getting gang stalked. They don't know. They driving to work, people on a bumper tailgating, doing all this shit. They may be getting hit with high beams all day in their rear view, and they just think somebody's just they're just being obnoxious, this and that, not even knowing that you're being gang stalked, and possibly people are possibly getting or possibly have been getting gang stalked for years. Just like if you're listening to this video, the first day you started getting gang stalked, you were not aware of it, right? You had to go through some shit, or however you figured it out, you figured it out. But the first day that they put you on that list, or that they start sending purpose your way to harass you, you were not aware of it, right? You could have been getting gang stalked for 5 years before you realized it. It's a lot of people that's going through this and they don't know. And this video is just to make you think, and also to just bring awareness that it's a lot of people going through this and they don't even know, right? So if you feel like, oh, why is this happening to me? You know, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? What did I do? A lot of people are getting gang stalked, just like you may be getting gang stalked for no reason. You probably didn't do shit. You just getting gang stalked. And a lot of people are getting gang stalked. They just don't know what the shit is. They don't know it's a word for it. It's probably somebody right now thinking about unaliving themselves because they go outside every day. They have a bad day. Motherfuckers be on their bumper with some shades on, tailgating. We, being targeted individuals, knowing that we are targeted individuals, we can point out these tactics. Oh, that's a tailgater. That's one headlighter. You know, that's a bot trying to sync with me in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's one of these gang stalkers trying to send their kid. We can peep this shit and point it out because we're aware of the program. A lot of people are not aware of the program. They're not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not aware of the program. And with them not being aware of the program, they may possibly unalive themselves. And the purpose of this is to say, for all my targeted individuals that are spreading awareness to this, continue to spread awareness. Because it was a targeted individual, plus what I was going through, and I put two and two together to make me realize that I was in a gang stalking program. And two, once I started talking about it, it seemed like it kind of intensified a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it kind of intensified. But it is what it is, though. You know, after a while, you get used to it. As fucked up as that may sound, you get used to it. You get used to the tactics. And it's not like you necessarily get used to it. You just start vibrating higher, so it doesn't bother you. It doesn't affect you. You still see the person right there with the headlights tailgating. You still see these people trying to walk into you in a grocery store. And I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of illegal immigrant gang stalkers. It's a lot of illegal immigrant gang stalkers out here doing these tactics. You know what I'm saying? Just pay attention. A lot of these gang stalkers, it's a lot. And that would be perfect grounds to have an illegal immigrant across or a plethora of illegal immigrants come across the border and brief them on the tactics of what they're going to be doing when they get in the United States. And you not thinking about the gang stalking program like this, or you not even know, or for instance, if it's people that don't even know about the gang stalking program, they'll just think, oh, it's just a Mexican doing some bullshit, this and that. Not even knowing this Mexican could be working for the government. All these Mexicans driving around with these big ass trucks, these big lifted trucks, they don't even speak no English. And they don't even speak no English. It's just something to think about. It's a lot of in my opinion, I know this shit for sure, because I see the tactics. I see families, I see young kids, and I see older Mexican women that you would think is just an immigrant doing shit, doing little tactics, trying to walk into you, you know what I'm saying, trying to sync with you. I see this shit. You know what I'm saying? I see it. So it's something to be aware of. There's definitely Mexican immigrant gang stalkers out here that are smarter than what you think. You probably think, like, oh, it's just a Mexican immigrant not paying attention. Or it's just a Mexican not paying attention. The immigrant don't speak no English. But they speak English. And they know just what the fuck they doing. They may not know, like, okay, if I'm doing this, oh, it's going to mess with this person's nervous system. They're not going to be able to manifest this quick. But they know what the fuck they're doing. Walking in the way and all this shit, getting in your way. Real subtle shit. If you take your time and you are conscious of energy and you pay attention when you go into the grocery store, don't just walk in the store and be walking around looking for what you're looking for. Take your time and observe your surroundings. You will see Mexicans, which you would think is an immigrant, trying to get in your way, trying to sync with you, all this shit. And when you take your time, you will see that they try to force this shit. And if you go in the store, some meta glasses or any type of recording device and you're recording, you will see they get to acting weird. They get to acting like they don't know if they want to. I wouldn't have started the day I was vlogging. I had my fucking GoPro strapped to my head. The fucking Mexicans seen that shit, they start rubbing his head and shit. He didn't know what the fuck to do. He didn't know if do I go try to do the tactic or what do I do? He has a camera. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of how it sounds, I really don't give a fuck, right? Because this is just like, for instance, if somebody told you 3-4 years ago, yeah, you know somebody's following you. You're getting gang stalked and you would have been like, who's following me? I'm not nobody special. Who's following me? And if somebody would told you, oh, the government, you know, the government's doing this shit to you, the Freemasons, you would be like, oh, no way, you crazy. You know, because you could not fathom to imagine that shit until you start putting 2 and 2 together and you realize you're actually in a gang stalking program. Motherfuckers are trying to sync with you, following you, trying to sabotage your funds, your work, all type of shit. Right? This how people don't know they're getting gang stalked. It's people out here that don't know that it's illegal immigrant gang stalkers. You think that every gang stalker or every illegal, and this is not the topic of the video, it's just something to think about. You think that every Mexican you see, or they let all of these Mexicans across the border. Biden let all of these, and you don't think that the fucking White House, the president, you don't think these motherfuckers know about the gang stalking program? You don't think they know about this shit? They're not going to make it known to the public. They're going to make it seem like all the targeted individuals are conspiracy theorists. But Biden could have let all these illegal immigrants across the border, knowing that they're going to do the gang stalking, bringing them over here just for that. These could be the aliens that alien invasion. These could be the aliens. It's just something to think about. But this video is how a lot of people are being gang stalked and they don't even know it. And how it's important for us to constantly bring awareness to this program so more and more people can be aware of this shit. Because if it wasn't for YouTube, this little app with this little red triangle with the white background, notice the white background is to make the red pop. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like you need the app. You wonder why motherfuckers addicted to YouTube. Just like they got white backgrounds on Target to make the red pop. You know what I'm saying? All of the fast food has light colors, then it's a red, or it's a light color background with a red lettering. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for this app, I wouldn't have known nothing about the gang stalking program. If it wasn't for YouTube and people speaking up, I would not have known nothing about this shit. And ain't no telling what would have happened. Ain't no telling what would have happened if you were constantly getting harassed and all this shit's going on with your family, neglecting you, doing all this shit. You go outside, this bullshit. Ain't no telling. If somebody's not aware of that and they going through all this shit, they may actually unalive themselves. Imagine how many people actually unalive themselves because of this program, because there wasn't no YouTube channel back then. Or there wasn't a word for the gang stalking, the harassment. There wasn't a word for the targeted individuals. There wasn't a word for the shit. Imagine how many people went through the bullshit. That's why it's important for us to keep speaking up about this shit. If trolls comment on the comments, oh well, this government, these probably government agents. It's important to keep speaking up against this evil because there's people right now going through some I remember I worked at the weed shop. This is before I knew about some gang stalking, right? And it was a black lady walked in, and when people be doing the bullshit, I'm always quick to say it's the inorganic species. They be doing the, you know, and same time, most 80% out of 100% of the time, it's the inorganic species doing the bullshit. Maybe even 60 out of 100% of the time is the inorganic species doing the bullshit. 30% of the time is gang stalkers. And the other 10% of the time is probably some black people doing some bullshit. But it was a black lady walked in the weed shop, right? And she was like, do you feel like, because it was on a Friday, and on Fridays, that's why I even had that job, because on Fridays, I don't like being outside, being around motherfuckers, right? Because of what the fuck was going on. I didn't know I was getting gang stalked, though. And two, on Fridays, a lot of the bots and the NPCs from working up all their jobs and all that shit, they're out ripping and running because they don't have to be at work on Saturday. So on Fridays and in the weekend, nigga like to be out the way. So the black lady walked in the shop, and she was like, do you feel like it's just people just driving crazy, this and that? And I told her, like, yeah, what I tell her? I think I told her something about, or like we in the spiritual warfare, or something about the inorganic species. Not even knowing that she probably was getting gang stalked. A lot of people are getting gang stalked, but they don't know it because they don't know the word for this shit. It's people that don't be on YouTube, that just work their job. They come home, they don't do no social media shit. And every day they step outside, they never step outside with them. They get in their car, they get tailgated, headlights, one headlight. You know what I'm saying? People fucking with them on the job, and they don't know that they're getting gang stalked. And they may be ready to unalive themselves or unalive somebody else. That's why it's important for all of the targeted individuals for us to keep on making these videos and bringing awareness to this. Because it's a targeted individual right now that's contemplating unaliving themselves because they're unaware that there's even a gang. They don't know that there's a gang stalking program. They don't know that there's this evil on this planet. They couldn't fathom to imagine this shit. Just like if somebody would have told you 3 years ago, yeah, man, hey, you know you're getting gang stalked. You know somebody's following you. You're going to be like, why the fuck is somebody following me? Who am I? And you probably still feel like that now. A lot of us do. Who the fuck are we? But once you get to realize we live in hell and this world is evil, you start realizing you got that light. You've been having that light your whole life. That's why you've been getting fucked with. You realize you got that light, right? So this video is just to tell y'all, man. Keep on keeping on. Stay strong and keep on spreading awareness to this gang stalking program. And don't let it get to you. It's easier said than done. I want to make another video talking about. I'm gonna just drop the video. You know what I'm saying? But I already made it, and I just feel like the energy's not there for it. I might upload it. But I want to talk to y'all for sure about this right now. There's a lot of TIs out there that are getting gang stalked, and they have no idea what is going on. They don't know. They have a little bit of an idea of what is going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to spread awareness to this. To spread awareness to this program. So more people can know about this shit, and eventually maybe we can do something about this shit. It's been on this planet forever. I'm pretty sure it's been here before we got here. It's gonna be here when we leave, maybe. But we need to just bring more awareness to this shit, because you can save a life by making a YouTube video. You literally can save somebody's life by just talking to your phone. You don't even have to go on camera. Just talk to your phone and just say what you're going through. And it's probably somebody going through that exact same thing with a fucking pistol in their mouth, contemplating if they want to pull the trigger or not. Because every day they walk outside, they're having a bad day. Their family's fucking with them. Their job is trying to jeopardize their finances, all type of shit. It's probably somebody, right? I was contemplating suicide with a fucking pistol in my mouth, about to blow my brains out. You know what I'm saying? Wondering why is everybody, nobody love me? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga can't get no love. You get neglected by your family and all this shit, not even knowing that that's not even your biological family. These are gang stalkers. And once you pull that trigger, they gonna get a fucking check. Anybody can fake cry, show some fake tears. But you about to get cashed out once he unalive himself. A lot of people going through bullshit right now, and they don't know why. They don't know because they can't fathom to imagine. They haven't sat down with themselves and really thought, like, is this my real family? Why am I the black sheep? Why is that even a term? Why do they have a name for this shit? Right? They can't fathom to imagine that there's a gang stalking program where the government, the same people that told you to go to church and worship Jesus, where the government will try to have you unalive yourself. They can't even imagine that shit. There's people right now. Because if you were to have told me a year ago or a couple months ago, yeah, you're in a gang stalking program. Only thing I knew about the gang stalking shit was what I knew was spiritual. You can scroll down, you'll see me make a video of me holding up some Palo Santo saying gang stalking. It's a title was saying gang stalking, right? And in that video, from what I knew at the time, the gang stalking shit was all spiritual. It's all spiritual. I'm thinking that these are just NPCs. Same time they NPCs, but they're doing the shit, or it's organized. They're not just and it is spiritual gang stalking too. It's spiritual gang stalking too. But you know the difference when somebody makes a mistake, because you be like, okay, I could have, I see where where that could have been a mistake, because I could have made that mistake too. You see where it's spiritual, and you see where it's organized, where people are just trying so hard to get in your way, to get you to acknowledge them, to get your energy. You know what I'm saying? To get your energy, and you have to vibrate high. So you're not affected by no witchcraft. And I smoke weed, but you don't want to be smoking no weed or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done. Same time, it's like weed ain't the worst shit at all. Especially when you're dealing with the program. But what I mean is, like, you don't want to be doing shit that's gonna make you vibrate low. And weed doesn't necessarily make you vibrate low. It's just like you want to be as clean as possible so you can have that connection with the Most High, so you can have that protection with the Most High too. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do what you gotta do dealing with this program and shit. But the purpose of this video is to tell y'all, like, a lot of people are getting gang stalked and they don't even know it. And if you're getting gang stalked and you're aware of this program, you're not alone. And it's more people that are getting gang stalked, and they need you. You know what I'm saying? They need you to make a video so they can know what the fuck is going on. Because if they continue to just think, oh yeah, I'm getting gang stalked, or they continue to think, oh, I'm just having a bad, they're going to think that, just like I told y'all before. I made a video before saying, like, say for instance, a kid is walking to school with a backpack, right? And in his mind, the backpack is just heavy. He thinks he's weak. He don't know that somebody snuck 4 10-pound dumbbells in his backpack and organized them so he can't see them. And he picks the backpack up and it's heavy. He thinks he's just weak. He don't know that there's fucking dumbbells in his backpack making the backpack heavier. He don't know that. So he's going around life thinking that he's just not that strong. There's a lot of people right now, they don't know about the gang stalking program, so they going around life thinking that they're not that strong. They think that they have anxiety. They think that they're depressed and that their life is stagnant because of them. Not even knowing that it's a gang stalking program going around trying to get you to unalive yourself. People think that they may think that they're not that strong. They may be losing faith in God, anything, right? Because they feel like, oh, why am I doing this and doing that and praying and I'm constantly getting attacked, etc. You may even be praying and you get a little, whatever you get when you pray. But same time, if you knew that there was a gang stalking program, you wouldn't be doubting the Most High. You wouldn't be doubting the Most High. Like, why is the Most High letting this happen to me? Why isn't He protecting me? Or why isn't the universe, or why isn't she protecting me? You know what I'm saying? Just something to be aware of. If you're getting gang stalked and you know you're getting gang stalked, think about how you felt before you knew about it. Think about how you felt. You may have wanted to unalive yourself because you thought that the world was just fucked up. The world's fucked up, but it's organized chaos. It's not just, God don't want the world to be like this. The Most High don't want the world to be like this. This shit comes from the devil of this world. You know what I'm saying? And these beings that are feeding off the low vibrational energy. You know what I'm saying? I live amongst us. So think about how you felt before you knew about the program. When you come home and you having a bad day. Now you come home after having a bad day. You're like, oh, it's just the gang stalkers doing the bullshit. Before, you're like, what the fuck? Probably contemplating suicide, unaliving yourself. But now you know it's a gang stalking program. Once you get home, you good. You know these are gang stalkers trying to provoke me. Imagine the people that don't know about this shit and they actually pick up a pistol and get the busting on somebody. Or pick up a baseball bat and crack somebody in the skull with it. Because they don't know that they're being gang stalked. Imagine that. It's a lot of people that's going through. It's a lot of people in prison right now. It's a lot of people in crazy houses right now, dead. All type of shit because of the gang stalking program. And they didn't know they were getting gang stalked. So if you're getting gang stalked and you see it, continue to spread awareness about this shit, because you may just save somebody's life. Literally, you may just save somebody's life. Because if I didn't know about this shit, I got a strong mind though. But it's times where, like, before I had my awakening and I was going through the gang stalking with my family, it's times that I was really contemplating suicide. And once you step away from your family, you're going to get strength. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get your energy back, all this shit. But it's times I was going through the bullshit with my family. I didn't know what was going on. I was contemplating suicide. Right? And if I would have went on YouTube and saw that there was a gang stalking program where your family be in on it, that would have changed my life a long time ago. Right? It's people right now going around their family and their family do not love them. Besides the fact, oh, you don't love me, this and that, that could be childish, or it can't be. It could be like, you family, you supposed to love me, right? That could be childish, but it's people right now going around their family, and their family has bad intentions, is what I'm trying to say. The family is trying to get them to crash out. The family's trying to get them in prison, all type of shit. And they don't know. They just think their family's on bullshit. They don't know about the gang stalking program. Imagine how you felt when you had a bad day and you didn't know about the gang stalking program. You thought you was just having a bad day, right? Now you know. Now you know that there's organized chaos. And something else for you to know, too, that there is illegal immigrant gang stalkers out here. There's illegal immigrant gang stalkers. And you would think it's just a motherfucker don't speak no English. Don't put it past nobody, because they have their kids doing this shit too. They have their kids doing this shit too. You think it's just, oh, somebody that don't speak no English, just a Mexican immigrant doing some bullshit. Whole time this is a gang stalker. Speaks fluent English and Spanish. You don't know. They could dress up a motherfucking millionaire in some raggedy clothes and just rough them up a little bit, and you would just think this is just a Mexican from across the border. Whole time this motherfucker be a cartel, anything. Right, so it's just something to be aware of. They got illegal immigrant gang stalkers out here, and it's not just Mexicans; it's these foreigners, right? Because that's perfect. You come over here, you act like you don't speak English, and you're doing the gang stalking tactics. Somebody get out their character, you quick to say, "Oh, I'm just from London. I didn't know, I didn't know all this shit, right?" So I ain't gonna make this video too much longer. It's just something to be aware of. It's a lot of people out here that are getting gang stalked that don't know about it. And if you're getting gang stalked and you know about it and you don't mind, you don't have to get on camera, but just talk about it, because you can possibly save somebody's life. Because everybody ain't got this YouTube shit. Everybody don't be on YouTube. Think about older people that don't be on that don't use the internet. They don't be on YouTube. They probably getting gang stalked. All this shit. They life still matter, you know. They may be thinking about unaliving themselves or anything because they go outside and they, see some bullshit. Keep on sharing your experience with the gang stalking, so you saving lives. It's for sure I ain't gonna say saved my life, but somebody on here, it was a light-skinned black dude, bald head, talk about the gang stalking shit, right? And that's what I put, that because he was saying like, oh yeah, some of these gang stalkers are drug addicts and they're getting paid and all this shit. And I'm like, I'm thinking the gang stalking is nothing but just people just getting used by spirits. But it's an actual program, organization. You know what I'm saying? So bring awareness to your situation. Bring awareness to your shit. Talk about it. Because you may just be saving a life, And I ain't gonna make this shit too much longer. I said everything I really had to say. I hope all y'all vibrating at a high frequency, not letting no negative energy stop your positive. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.